Alrighty. Good evening to everyone who is in, who has signed up for the live show. This is Passion Profit Live with Frida Owinga. I'm a business coaching consultant with Passion Profit. At Passion Profit, we equip aspiring and existing entrepreneurs with skills and tools that help them to create, manage, and grow successful world-class organizations. And the reason I do this is because I want more people to start businesses that can create jobs and reduce poverty in our country and beyond. Thank you so much if you're watching this evening. We are having a series for how to make 2017 your best year yet, and I believe that you can make it your best year. Before we get started, as usual, we will say a word of prayer. So just join me for a word of prayer. Father, I just want to thank you for this evening. Thank you for the day that has gone by. With all its hustle and bustle, we are here, Lord. Thank you that we made it. It has been your grace. Even as I share on this broadcast, Lord, I just welcome you to speak through me. I welcome those who will be listening, even as they watch live, and those that will watch it later. I ask, oh Lord, that something will just drop in their heart, something will make a difference in their life, and it will be all for your honor and glory. And it's in Jesus' name I pray. Amen. All right. So welcome back to Passion Profit Live with Frida Owinga, happening every Thursday at 8 p.m. right here on our Facebook page. And thank you to Mark Zuckerberg. I always say that because he has given us this great opportunity. So we have been looking at 2017 and how to make it our best year yet. I said previously that a year is just a year. Whether it's going to be good or bad is totally up to you. And we've been looking at a couple of different things. And last week we looked at you will need people. And I shared about 7 people that you will need, starting with you. You are number 1. Take care of yourself, physically, spiritually, and mentally. Become the kind of person that you'd like to hang around. Number 2, I said you will need a cheerleader. And a cheerleader is that person that believes in you, that cheers you on. They're not worried about your mistakes and all, and your drama and all that kind of stuff. They just see you, see what you do, encourage you, thank you, keep spurring you on. Friends are good, but you need a cheerleader. You will also need a mentor. You need a peer mentor, a reverse mentor. And I shared briefly that you will need different kinds of mentor. Don't try to get everything out of one person. You could destroy that relationship or destroy yourself. You can have a spiritual mentor, a marital mentor, a relationship mentor. You can have a mentor for your business. You can have an image mentor. So you can have a mentor for different kinds of things. And then I said also that you will need a coach. A coach holds you accountable for the things that you want to achieve. A coach is not a counselor. A coach is forward looking. A coach pushes you. A coach is your partner. I'll say a coach is your partner in success, all right? And you will need a team. And we looked at the 9 different roles of a team by the Belbin model. And we said they're the thinking roles, people roles, and action roles. There are 3 in each. The picture was on the screen last time when we were having that show. So I encourage you to look at the last show if you want the 9 models. And you can also look for the Belbin model of teamwork right there on Google. Google is your friend, okay? And the last 2 people you will need, I said you will need an enemy. And I wasn't saying go out and make enemies. So don't get me wrong. You will need an enemy. That person that will say no. That person that will criticize you and get you so angry and push you towards success. Your enemy can make or break you. Make sure they don't break you. Joseph needed his brothers to put him in the pit before he got into the palace. So don't allow any pit situation to get you bitter. Don't allow it to get you down. I hope it will make you stronger. And of course, you will need God. Without God, nothing is impossible. But with God, all things are possible. If you have faith in Him, if you trust in Him, you will achieve greater things. And yeah, so there we have it. That was last week's show. You can catch it right here on Passion Profit Live on last week, Thursday at 8 p.m. It's recorded live, so you can still catch it. Today we're going to talk about persistence. To make this year your best year yet, you will need persistence. And why persistence? We start the year, we're excited, we're getting ready to the end of the year. All the wonderful prophecies, all the wonderful words of motivation, I think are still strong in you. I hope are still strong in you. But when they start dying down, when that starts going down, you will need to keep pushing through. So I will share with us some things that can help us remain persistent on this course, because sometimes things get hard. The Bible tells us that do not be weary in well doing, for in due season you will reap if you faint not. That means there will be times that you feel like fainting. There will be times that you feel discouraged. There will be times that things will not happen the way you expect them to happen. But you have to keep pressing on. You have to keep pressing on, looking at the big goal. So let's jump into it. Persistence, there's something I wrote earlier when I was getting ready for this. I read it from, I wish I could remember the guy I read it from so that you don't say I plagiarized it. I read a lot of stuff. So there was something I was reading on persistence, and I kind of thought this was cool. And it says persistence is a vital characteristic of successful entrepreneurs. Driven by an indomitable spirit, successful entrepreneurs never give up on their dreams. Don't give up on your dream. They never give up on their dreams of building a viable business. What is a viable business? A business that people need, a business that is bringing in money, because you're in business to solve problems and get paid for it. So a business that's a viable business. There is no impediment to great. This unflagging attribute is key characteristic of triumphant business builders. So this guy was saying, I wish I could see his name. All right. He was saying that without persistence, you give up, people quit. Unfortunately, many people focus on the results and not the process, causing them to quit prematurely. When you're so fixated on, I need to make 1,000,000 shillings, I need to make 1 billion shillings, but you're not thinking, you're not staying with the process. What do I need to do? Who do I need to meet? Who am I serving? How is this product or service helping these people? Then you get frustrated. But when you're focused on doing those things, as you're serving, as you're carrying along what you need to do, and the results are coming, you'll be a much happier person. But when the results are not coming and it's all that you're focused on, you will get frustrated. So you have to realize that those hard times are not for bad. Those hard times are to build you up. That is where your experience comes from. That is where your exposure comes from. That is where your calmness comes from. Because you just learn to think like, you know what? I've been through this before. How bad could it be anyway? So bad times help us to mature. Bad times help us to grow in personal strength, self-confidence, and maturity, and we even get wisdom. Do you know that without the bad, just look back and think about the bad situations that you went through. If you hadn't gone through them, there's some things that you'd have never learned. If some people never said no to you, you wouldn't be where you're at. But when they say no, they push you on. You have to think, you have to get through. So persistence is key. It has been said that men became great mariners. Mariners, people who work with water, sailing on troubled waters, not on calm seas. So greatness doesn't happen in perfect conditions. Greatness doesn't happen in conditions where people are smiling and happy. Greatness comes through persistence, through grit. And that's what we're talking about today. So a couple of things. The dictionary tells us that persistence is to continue steadfastly. Persistence is to continue steadfastly or firmly in some state, purpose, course of action, or the like, especially in spite of opposition. And I often come across people saying, Frida, it has been so hard. It has been so hard. And I keep saying, if it was easy, you wouldn't be alone in it. If it was easy, the whole world will be doing it. So the idea that it is hard makes it harder. You have to understand that all things are hard before they become easy. So keep pressing on. Stop looking for easy. Easy street, there are not many. Easy street is loaded. It is the extra mile that is not crowded. Persistence is to last or endure tenaciously. So if you're going to last, if you're going to be here for the long haul, if you're going to leave a legacy, then you will have to be persistent. This year, when things are going wrong, you'll have to stick the long haul. This year, when things are not working out the way you expected it, you'll have to find something to help you keep going on. So how do we develop this persistence? I have 7 tips. I've decided that when we come on Passion Profit Live, I'll be looking for 7 tips. There could be more. By the time we have, I noticed 7 tips fit in just well. So number 1, no fighter gets into the ring with plan B. I'm sure you remember Muhammad Ali. I never heard him say that. Well, he used to say things like he stung like a bee. Okay? So he was never going in there with a plan B. If you look at all the boxers, none of them go in there with a plan B. They go to win. They go for a total knockout. They go to make sure that the other guy is down, because there's just two people. So you have to make sure that you are in it for the long haul. Sharpen your skills, develop your craft to the best of your ability. While you're waiting for your results, what are you doing? Read a book, listen to tapes, find out things that will help you grow. When you sit and there's nothing adding value to you, then you start thinking of the things that are not working. But if you're focused on, on practicing, on making yourself better, it gives you the energy to keep sparring on. There's something you're supposed to be doing during your downtimes, and it is not feeling down. It is sharpening your skills. It is having that purpose in mind. Going through it, knowing that I have a bigger purpose. At the end of what I'm going through, there's something bigger. More people will get value. Do not take no for an answer. And I often feel that we mistake that do not take no for an answer, that whoever we ask for something, we have to keep going back to them until we get it. But that's not exactly what I'm saying. If you have a dream, there's something you want to achieve, you have to find a way. Whether you start with your phone, like how you started with your iPhone to get to do the show as you're waiting for a better camera, whatever it is that you need to do, do it. Start where you're at with what you have. If one person tells you no, that is just one person. Find somebody who will say yes. Never stop until you find the person who says yes. If you stop at no, what are you gonna eat? Okay, you have to make a sale before you eat. And not everybody's gonna say yes. So every time you hear no, say I'm closer to my yes. I always say when I hear no, I am closer to my yes. And I don't spend energy on the no. Thank you for listening to me. I'm moving on. And not in a bad taste, okay? Because I find that sometimes we spend so much time at the closed door, whereas we could be spending energy trying to build another door, open another door, break another door, instead of the closed door. It's closed, it's closed. Move on. But don't allow it to shut down your life. That's what I mean when I say never take no for an answer. I'm helping people turn their passion into profit, and I refuse to do anything else. Okay? I've refused to take no for an answer. On this journey, you will need persistence. Number one, there's no plan B when you're getting into the ring. There's plan A. You must win. Number two, do not take no for an answer. Stooping down because things are not working out and giving up. Number three, do not make it personal. I find often sometimes we get distracted by making things personal. You go and see someone and say, imagine when I went, they didn't even greet me. In fact, the way they were looking at me, I don't even think they want to help me. They don't even respect me. What were you looking for? Was it respect that took you there? Stay focused on your goal. What are you looking for? What do you want? Don't allow the other things on the way to slow you down. Don't allow other things to get you down. I often say as a speaker, sometimes when you're speaking, one or two people may get up and walk out, and maybe there are 10 others left. And then you want to focus on the two. Thank God they came. They might be going for an appointment. Maybe they need to use the bathroom. Why are you allowing that to drain you? There are 8 more people left in the room. Focus on what is working. All right? Focus on what is working. What is not working will drain your energy. You need energy to stay persistent. So don't make it personal. They greeted you, they didn't greet you, they looked at you one kind, they didn't look at you one kind. You have a mission. There's somewhere you're going. Stay focused. Don't allow little things along the way to distract you. All right? Don't allow little things along the way to distract you. Keep pressing on. Oh, they're laughing at me. Oh, they're talking at me. They talk about people who have something going on for them. So you have something going on for you. Do you see what we see on the news? We see things that are happening on the news. So if you're happening, people will talk about you. And that's okay. Don't make it personal. Focus on your goal. Number 4, manage your perspective. One bad moment in a day does not make the whole day bad. I'll say that again. One bad moment in a day does not make the whole day bad. So you go around holding with your neck down, oh, today was a bad day. Because one phone call wasn't picked. Because one check missed a signatory. Because that order did not come through. Because you didn't get that proposal. Somebody else got it. Dust yourself up and keep pressing on. Always look ahead. Learn quickly from what has happened and just manage your perspective. Don't become the kind of person, oh, nothing good ever happens to me just because of one nasty thing. Okay, don't focus on what is not happening well and make it happen like, and make it sound like that is what is always happening to you. It will drain your energy. To be persistent, you will need your energy. So manage your perspective. When things don't go the way you want them to go, look at it the other way and think, maybe it's even a good thing it didn't happen. Maybe God is saving me for something bigger and better. And keep marching on. Keep a smile. All right? So that's number 4. Number 5. I like number 5. Do not be a professional victim. Do you know a professional victim? They're always blaming someone. They always have something to complain about. It's always the other person's fault. It's always it's their family, it's their mother, it's their father, it's their husband, it's their wife, it's the cat, it's the dog. That's a professional victim. Things are always happening to him or her. Don't be that person. You cannot persist in that nature. Your energy will be drained. Remember, I keep saying, to be persistent, you need your energy. The little distractions that come along the way are the ones that suck your energy. Don't allow them in. Guard your mind with all diligence. Guard your heart. The things you allow into your heart and the things you allow into your mind create the energy that will keep you going on or will keep you down. What is it going to be? So focus on what is working. What you focus on expands. Do not be a professional victim. The other thing about professional victim I like is, which I want to say is number 6, fire the coach of fear. Fire coach of fear. The coach of fear is every time you're going through something, it is fear that makes you make a decision. I'm going to save this money because maybe the landlord is going to come along. It's not wrong to save money, but what is your motive for doing it? Don't do things out of fear. I can't invest in this thing because what if it doesn't work? What if it does? Stop allowing fear to coach you. Stop allowing fear to help you make decisions. Every time you want to make a decision, you could feel fear, and that is normal. Do it afraid, as Joyce Meyer says. When you feel fear, experience your fear. Ask yourself, why am I afraid? Write down the reasons why you're afraid. Normally it's, what if it doesn't work? What if people laugh at me? What if? Write your what ifs down. And then on the other side of the paper, write the positive what ifs. What if people laugh at me? On this other side, write, what if I make it? They will celebrate with me. All right? What if it doesn't work out? What do you stand to lose? Then write on this other side, what if it works out? What do you stand to gain? So that you have a balanced perspective and focus on the what if it happens. Every time you're going to do something new, you will feel fear. I always say I'm a fearless influencer because that is what the mandate of our church. It does not mean that I don't feel fear. I do it afraid. Okay? Courage is not the absence of fear. It's just doing it anyway. It's doing it for a bigger purpose. It's deciding, I'm going to do this thing the Esther way. If I perish, I perish. All right? So number 6, fire the coach of fear. Don't allow fear to rule your life. What if it works? Stop thinking about what if it doesn't work. Because when you're in the ring, it has to work or you're going to be knocked out. But that will not be your portion. Number 7, and we are almost to the end. We are coming to the end of our session today. Measure what you treasure and change quickly what is not working. I find that if you're going to be persistent, you need to know what you're measuring, especially as a business owner. What are the metrics that you're going to measure? Do you really know how many people you expect to come through in a month in your company? What are your projections? How much in sales do you expect to do? What are the different revenue streams that you have? Some people sometimes don't know that they have 2, they have 3, they have 1, they have no idea. How will you know when you've made it to success? You need to have a goal. Having a goal keeps you pressing on. Having a goal keeps you persistent. Having a goal helps you not to be distracted. Having a goal helps you to be grateful for the things that are working when they are working. I kid you not, there's something about gratitude. I don't know how to explain it. When things are not working, take out your journal and start writing down the things that are working. Even if they're things that worked last year, just write them down. Father, I thank you for this. Okay? Just write them down and start looking at, wow, so many things are working in your life. And you'll find, whatever was depressing you becoming smaller, 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 and smaller. All right? Measure what you treasure. Change quickly. How many clients do you want? What does a win look like for you? How much cash needs to come in? What are the different things you're hoping to happen for you this year? Write them down. Look at them constantly. Measure to see, am I getting there? How far am I? What did I do to get the result that I need? How can I duplicate that effort? Which effort do I need to stop engaging in? Because persistence does not mean engaging in an action that is not bringing the result that you want. I'm sure you have had it say that doing the same thing and expecting different results is insanity. Persisting at the same thing that is not bringing you the results that you want is insanity. When it's not bringing you the result that you want, you need to stop and review, reflect, find out, what do we need to stop doing? Where are we going? What are the results that we want? What adjustments do we need to make? And then keep pressing on. When you keep pressing on at what is not working, you will be frustrated. But when you keep pressing on at what is working, I kid you not, it just creates this new energy for you. And you keep pushing on and you will make it. And then finally, of course, trust in God. Whether good or bad, all things that come to you, you are able to manage them. God is not wicked to allow something greater than you come to you. And the good thing is that He is faithful and He will provide a way. So when things that are not good happen to you, just know there's a breakthrough around the corner. Don't sit and die. Don't quit. Figure out. Ask your brain, what do I need to do here? Don't, because when you start with hear thoughts, those ones of, oh no, it's me again, the professional victim style kind of things, then you don't allow your brain to bring you the correct answers, your spirit to speak the right things to you. So make sure that you trust in God. Believe in Him. He created you. He brought you here. He created you in His likeness and in His image. You cannot be a failure. You cannot be cast out. Because He's great, you will be great. So keep pressing on. Remain persistent. Refuse to quit. Focus on what is working and not what is not working. Focus on things that are working so that you can continue to build up your energy. Success is not the absence of failure, it is the persistence through failure. And I say, if you're consistent, you will get what it is that you're looking for. Consistent in good behavior, consistent in happy thoughts, consistent in doing the activities that you need to do without excuses. We always make fun at the Profit Network, small, medium excuses. SMEs have become small, medium excuses. But that will not be said of you because you are a person of results. You cannot have results and excuses. You need to choose one and you need to be persistent on that path until you get what it is you're looking for. If you're consistent, you will get it. If you're persistent, you will keep it. Don't quit. This is going to be your best year yet. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll just spend a little time here to see if you have any questions or any feedback for me. And again, this is the last week of the month. Next week we have a great program happening at Passion Profit. Every first Friday of the month at the Hotel Intercontinental, we have Thrive. Thrive is a business mentoring forum. It's a breakfast from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. And we have a speaker, Anthony Moniki. He's my business mentor. He has helped SMEs raise over 500 million. And our topic for the month will be sources of income and how to access them. So we are hoping that you'll be able to join us because we're trying to really take charge of our finances this year. January, we said no. No to January, something that Kenyans say about January being a month of hunger because there is no money. But at the network, we said no, this month we're taking charge of our finances. So we have been having different consultants coming to the network to speak to us about how to take charge of finances. What is our money blueprint, personal finances and business finances? And the good news is we are going to have a program in February from the 7th called Prosper. And all this information is on our website. Prosper is a personal and business finance mastery program to help individuals who are in business, or even if you're thinking of starting business, to look at your money foundation, to also look at how you're managing your finances, your personal finances, so that when you start your business, you're not mixing your personal and business finance. How is cash flowing in your business? Do you have the right business model? And all the things that you need to know to help you with your finances. So it's a personal and business finance literacy program. We call it Prosper, happening on February 7th from 5:30 p.m. It's going to be at the All Saints. But right next week, don't forget, next week the Profit Network will have one big meeting at Hotel Intercontinental, February 3rd, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Please remember to join us. All this information is on the website, and we're also going to put it on Facebook right here. So let's see, do we have any questions? If you will give me a minute, I'll quickly see if there are any questions. Do you have any questions? Let me see. I hope this is helpful for you. You can put your feedback if there are topics that you want. All across the year, you can share that also. If you're an entrepreneur who'd like to share other things that you're doing, we're gonna be doing that from February. So get to the network. When you get to the network, then you get all this information. I see Brian. Brian, thank you for joining. I see Carol Ratemo. Carol, thank you so much for joining. I do hope to see you tomorrow at the network. Sometimes I don't see all your names on this screen. I haven't figured that out. Me, there's no shame in my game. But later, when the broadcast goes off, I will check and see. And I just want to say thank you for spending your evening with me. And if you have any questions at all, please put them there. Let's hook up again next week on Thursday at 8 p.m. Passion Profit Live with Frida Owinga. Thank you, and God bless you.